Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Supplicas som kräver konsolbabba konsolfelina. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and
Hey, welcome to Wanna Bet. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason, that's Ben. That was our wonderful theme song. I mentioned a while back, a local Baltimore, D.C. area ska band, the Players Band, had offered to do a cover version of our theme song. I'm told that should be on the way in 2026, Beltway Ben. So that's just some of the good news that we have for you here today on Wanna Bet. We come to you on a Tuesday, and we do this 7 days a week, so it's not like being here on a Tuesday is an exception. And frankly, Beltway Ben, it's not like coming to you on a Tuesday on the heels of having kicked the shit out of a Monday night football game. That's not really unusual around here either. Again, we give you all our favorite bets in real time, in the moment, as we do this show live 7 days a week. We also show all our work, tell you why we're betting what we're betting, tell you what we're doing well, what we're not doing well. There's times where you should probably fade us. Last night was not one of those. Denver gave freaking Tulsa a game. It happens. Towson covered easy. The Pels didn't go over for the first time in a million years. But Beltway Ben, I'm burying the lead here because we had a plus 260 something Kittle. Plus 200 Kittle parlay. Kittle 60 plus and San Francisco minus 5.5. That covered easy. We had Jennings 40 plus yards, ATD, and San Francisco money line plus 262. That covered easy. We had both teams to have a field goal of 35 yards or more. That covered easy early in the second half. Yes, Jennings didn't have the first touchdown. It happens. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and tell you I handicap coin flips because a-holes who are telling you they're geniuses at first touchdowns are full of shit because no one knows who's hitting the ball first. Anywho, there was that. We took a flyer on that. I went back and watched yesterday's show. You destroyed Monday Night Football as well, hitting plus money parlays because we don't do minus 285 bullshit around here to pad bullshit numbers. We show you real numbers backed by real money. Beltway Ben, how did we do collectively on the Monday Night Football game as a show?
Yes, it was a very good night. We finished up 7.08 units. So taking out any basketball or anything else, just a standalone football window, we finished up 7.08 units.
And I lost one of my 4 bets that I placed in that game, if you want to go by that. And you were what, 5-2, 4, something like that?
I was 4. I have it down written. I was 5-3.
5-3. Yeah. I don't know, Beltway Ben. 7 units on an NFL game, and we're running out of Monday night games. I feel like that's. I think it might be time to put on the bibs. I don't know about you. I mean, maybe you would push back on that. But I feel like it might be time to bang some mallets and put on some bibs in this wonderful holiday week, where we're going to give you a lot of early plays on Thursday games before you travel.
Yeah, I'm all for putting on the bibs.
I call this meeting to quorum a meeting of the Wanna Bet constituents. I do hereby declare that 7.08 units shall be sufficient to put on the bibs. What say you, Ben Hall of the Beltway? Looks like you're already on board.
I agree. I think you never complain with the ability to put on the bib, and you should put it on whenever you can, especially with how we've done. So
these are the champions. We are the champions. There you go. That's what we do. I thought I had some foil. Yeah. We put the foil on last night. Beat the shit out of Monday Night Football. Let's go. All right. Can't rest on our laurels, Beltway Ben. So, again, you're new to the show. First, second, third down, 3 of our favorite plays we have since yesterday's show. Fourth down can be fourth and long-term bets, futures bets, long shot bets. It can be fourth and short, quick hitters to get you paid quickly in a game. Overtime, football and football parlays every day, especially this week. Again, with more single game windows. I'll eat them up like Jameis eating W's. And we want to give a lot of those plays to you before you travel. So let's go. First down. This is a Loyola hat, but it's Loyola Blakefield High School in Baltimore. It is not Loyola Marymount. It is a great Jesuit institution like Loyola Marymount. Roll Downs roll. We try to be men for others. Like I'm sure the great people of Loyola Marymount do as well. And this is more a fate of Morgan State. Poor Morgan State. A local team that is spending a week in California before they finally get off for Christmas. They've played a grueling schedule with bye game after bye game after bye game. And I just think this is a tough spot for the Morgan State Bears, Beltway Ben, and I think they could lose this by 25 points. Morgan's failed to cover 5 straight on the road. They're 1-5. Their last 6 on the road against the spread. They've lost those games on average by 30.5 points, Beltway Ben. They failed to cover those games on average by 10.6 points. I think they're running on fumes here. It's a Marymount team that's well rested and is 5-2 against the spread this year with 2 to 3 days off. Look, Morgan State doesn't have a lot going for them. They're 338th in the country in offensive rating per KenPom, 364th in defensive rating. There's like 366 teams in the country. Ben, they shoot the 3 ball, do the Bears at a 28% clip. Opponents shoot it north of 36%. That's not a good ratio. How do they do it with the 2 ball? Well, they're 313th most efficient 2-point offense in the country per KenPom. And they are 355th in the country defending the 2 ball. 4 of their last 6 losses for the Bears have been by 27 points or more. We're on Loyola Marymount. This opened at 19.5 for 20. We still don't mind it at 21.5. Ever so slightly juiced in our favor.
Yeah, first down, I'm going to go to the NBA, and we're going to play Josh Giddey over 27.5 points and assists.
He's on a Hall of Fame track.
He absolutely is. Absolutely is. And I've always been a fan of him. I thought it was unfortunate to happen off the court. But no, I do like Josh Giddey. I think that he's a very good basketball player. And in Oklahoma City, he just didn't really fit there. I mean, when you have SGA who needs the ball in his hand, Giddey can't do what he wants. But I like Josh Giddey tonight over 27.5 points and assists minus 115. Last game, 19 points, 12 assists, goes over this with 31. Who was that against? Atlanta, who they're going to be matching up with tonight. Again, Atlanta's defense, bottom 2 in the NBA over their last 6. They're allowing more points than almost anybody by a wide margin. And we already know what Chicago is defensively. What does that mean? We're going to see another shootout. The other night, they both scored 150 plus points. Are we going to see that again? Probably not, but these teams should be in the 120s, somewhere around that. And if that's the case, Josh Giddey's going to be all over scoring and assisting. I think he quite honestly could go over this number just scoring the basketball tonight. I think he has a strong game scoring. I think he's in 22 to 24 points. But the good thing with him is you're a guaranteed 6 assists. He's done it in like 30 straight games or 29 of his last 30. I know he did have the one game where he had 5 assists just a few games ago. But, I mean, the guy can assist out very well. He gets 10-plus assists in multiple games. He's had triple-doubles a few times this year. We were on it once or twice. And he's also had a few double-doubles because he gets so many assists. And I love it because he's always got the ball in his hands, especially late in games. If they're trailing, trying to get scoring, he's either going to score it or assist it out. Give me Josh Giddey over 27.5 points and assists, minus 115.
Lilo and Coda have a question for you. Are you going to be on triple-double? Is this your only Giddey bet? We don't compare notes, Beltway Ben. We got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you on Giddey triple-double? Meany wants to know whether he needs to come out and play.
No, I'm not on Giddey triple-double today.
Is this your only Giddey bet?
This is absolutely my only Giddey bet, yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, no Giddey.
Then Meat Man, because last time, you know what I mean? I like, if you were feeling the triple-double, I don't want to potentially mush and mook 2 of your bets, but your Giddey spider senses are pretty good. So the Meat Man wanted to, he wanted his new buddies, his cousins,
Absolutely.
to find out that he knew they could get the information out of you. That's what these dogs are collaborating.
They are.
They're collaborating. We're just along for the ride. It's really dogs picking these games.
Absolutely. And PetSmart should tap in
100%.
and show some support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. We got to feed these dogs. I forgot to do halftime yesterday, although it didn't matter, right?
No, I think you did.
I mean, Sunday,
I'm pretty sure you still did.
I did it at third down yesterday.
Yeah, third down.
Yeah. Keep you on your toes, Beltway, Ben.
Always.
Let's go to the association, or I should say stay in the association. We did fade the Clippers a while back. Clippers have had trouble covering, and the Clippers at home have been a disaster. Now, the Rockets have not been great lately. The Rockets, like some other teams, may be hitting the Christmas blahs. They know they've got some time off coming up. But I still like them in this spot with the 7.5, laying the 7.5. Kira's got the 10.5. Hopefully tonight KD can cover the 7.5. There's another joke in there. I'm not going to make it, but so look, the Clippers are 2-10 ATS at home, Beltway Ben. They are 9-19 against the number overall. The Clip Show 5-14 against the spread when facing Western Conference opponents. That's not good. They're also yet to cover this season when they're coming off a 2 to 3 day layoff, as they are right here. 0-6 against the spread. Look, yes, the Rockets are slumping. They're still among the best teams in the NBA at a 10-6 ATS rate on the road. They are 14-7 against the number out of division. They've lost 3 or 4. I think it's a get-back spot. These teams played earlier this year in Houston. It was only a 115-113 win for the Rockets. But I like them here. The Clippers defensively are a joke. I don't know how many garbage time runs they have in them. This time of year, there's a lot of holiday parties. The Beards probably got big plans after this game, Beltway Ben, I'm thinking. What do you think's on his calendar after this game? Like, if this game only took an hour and 35 minutes, you think Harden would be all bent out of shape about that?
Well, I mean, if it was in Houston, right? He had that restaurant. Did it go out of business? Because he had that restaurant.
You don't think he's got action in LA? How long?
Oh, no, he absolutely does. But I was just saying, if it was in Houston, it would be a little bit more.
I think he's got a lot of. I think he's had plenty of time to make a lot of friends in LA.
Yeah, absolutely.
He might have more friends in LA than Houston now. Who's to say?
He might. Yeah. Well, Houston on the exit was not a fan of him. So.
Yeah. So there we are. I think the Rockets get right tonight.
All right. I will stay in the NBA, just like you in second down, and we will play Jalen Wells, shooting guard for the Grizzlies. We're going to play him over 13.5 points, which you can find at -136. Listen, this season, he's been solid since returning from the injury, and it's been up and down, but of late, it's been more up than down. He's under this in 2 straight, but before that, he was over this in 7 straight. And sometimes John Morant's questionable. He's going to play. He's not going to play. Those are always difficult in knowing who's going to play for this team. Same thing with Vince Williams. He's also questionable. When he's in the game, the ball's in his hands a lot. But with that said, point guards can help Jalen Wells because he's a spot-up shooter. I know he can get to the bucket. He gets to the free throw line a lot, and that's played a big role in his scoring on the season and even last year and all those good things. But the Utah Jazz, the worst NBA defense right now, and that includes a Hawks team that I just talked about. Both those two are towards the top, and that wasn't even in multiple 150-point game that they allowed. So I think this is consistent. Bad defense. It's another one of those situations where you have a team who has struggled defensively from the start of the season to this point. I just think that it's going to be a strong scoring night for Memphis. And there's a lot of, weird guys on Memphis, right? Like Spencer I was considering, but I thought I'd stay away just in case Ja does play and Vince Williams. How much run does Cam Spencer get in that spot? Regardless of who plays tonight, Jalen Williams will be on the court. They have a lot of trust in him. Loved what he did last year before breaking his wrist. I think he'll do it. Have a strong showing tonight on the road in Utah. Give me Jalen Wells over 13.5 points, -136.
I likes it. Halftime. You like Red Robin? I did that, and then I thought of the Red Robin. I would think Red Robin would be totally wheelhouse for you.
I haven't been there since I was in elementary school, so I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you say that like it's a little bit beneath you. So
no, what? No, Red Robin's expensive, or is it? I don't know.
Expensive?
Is it? I don't know.
I mean, I haven't been in a while either, but I don't feel like
I figured it'd be expensive seafood. Right?
Everything's expensive now.
Yes, true.
Try getting a pizza under $20.
Isn't it seafood? Red Robin?
No, it's burgers.
Oh, yeah. Haven't been there in a while. Didn't remember.
That's a bit of an upset.
Oh, maybe
Where
I
are
see
your
that.
favorite chain what chain restaurants do you like to frequent?
Olive
We're hunting
Garden,
for sponsors from the Christmas
Texas
season.
Roadhouse, Olive Garden. Love those. Trying to think of what else.
Did Olive Garden go out? Did they go bankrupt, or did they come back? Or no, Red Lobster did, but I think they're
Red
back
Lobster.
now.
I was thinking of Red Lobster.
You were thinking of Red Lobster
When
instead
you
of
talking
Red
about
Robin.
Red Robin. Yeah, that was.
You sure you've been to Red Robin? The bottomless fries they've got. I like.
And they have the
fries.
TV in the ground, I think. I'm pretty sure I went there when I was really young, or in my elementary school. I was thinking of Red Lobster, but no, I think I've definitely been to Red Robin before.
Okay. Third down. This game has been interesting to me, Beltway Ben. I played it yesterday. I wake up this morning. I check the lines as I always do. Boy, I think a lot of money came in on the Spurs because this was hovering. We got OKC against the Spurs in a rematch of the NBA Cup's Western Conference semifinal. Well, I guess it was the NBA Western Conference final, NBA Cup semifinal, whatever. So this thing was opened around 7.5 at, traditional minus 110, not really juiced. And then it started sort of getting juiced a little bit in San Antonio's favor. And then the numbers started dipping. And then this morning at Caesars, you could get OKC laying 5.5 against San Antonio for plus 100. So I got back in on it. Look, OKC have not had a whole lot of things to motivate them this year, yet they've still been on pace to be a record-setting team. Certainly losing that NBA Cup semifinal will motivate them. Losing to an upstart team in their conference that has designs on threatening them will motivate them. And Beltway Ben, they're in an actual slump. The Mighty Thunder, including NBA Cup, have lost 2 of their last 3 games. Now, they haven't lost 2 in a row all year, and I bet SGA and those guys are out to not lose 2 in a row all year. I think if you look at what could we really accomplish in the regular season, like 70-plus wins, 75 wins, I think not losing back-to-back is probably way up there for them. And this isn't a Tuesday night in Washington. It's against the Spurs. Big national TV game. And then they're going to play again on Christmas. So this is a chance to really send a message. Now, they've won, 30-some games this year, Beltway Ben? I'm going to give you, I love playing this game with you. Of all their wins this season, and OKC's won a lot, how many times do you think they've won a game by less than 6 points?
Twice, the first 2 games of the year.
It's twice.
It's the first 2 games of the
They
year.
only have 2 wins all season under 6 points.
Remember the first 2 games of the year they went to double overtime? It was the Rockets.
I don't have that in my notes.
And Pacers,
But that
I think.
Yeah. One was definitely opening night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm going to look.
They've only got 4 wins all season under 7 points. And here we just need them to win by 2 3-pointers. We need them to win by a couple of possessions. I think they're out to send a message in this one. You want to jump on SGA here? I'm kind of circling SGA for Christmas, and I'm thinking of a little Christmas parlay. SGA 35-plus and a Joker triple-double, parlaying those together. I'm thinking of that for Christmas. But for this one here, I think Big Brother sends a message to Little Brother here. Wemby's still on something of a pitch count. And again, they're playing again in 2 days. The Thunder rolls and the Lightning strikes. And hopefully they do it by six times or more. Because, again, when they win, it's generally by more than 6 points. And they win a lot.
I was going to I was going to guess. I told you I thought it would be the first 2 games, but no, it wasn't. Game 1 they won by 1 point, double overtime. Game 2 they won by 6 in double overtime. The other game
only twice under 6 points
was in November against the Suns where they won by 4 points. And I think they were down big late in that match.
Yeah.
If I can remember right. So yeah, it is crazy though, that way that they just run teams out of the gym. But here we will stick with the NBA. We're going to go with the points prop again. Cade Cunningham over 26.5 points at minus 115. Cade did not have a good showing the other night. It was very weird how things went down. He got in quick foul trouble late in the game and didn't really do much after that. And points are hit or miss with Cade, right? Because he's so good assisting and he's so good with the basketball, and teams throw the kitchen sink at him trying to stop him. But Sacramento can throw whatever they want. Their defense has not been good, especially against leading scorers on every team they played. and you have a guy in Cade Cunningham who we've seen pour it up. Like we've seen him get in the 30s, in the 40s, and still add those 10 assists. Sometimes those guys who can get assists will just be a part of all of the scoring. And against a team like the Kings, that's a spot where I think Cade could go for 10 assists, but he could also give us 27 plus points and would cash both of those props. I know a lot of people like his assists today, but I lean more to the points a little bit. It's going to be a 10 p.m. tip-off on the road. You need your better players to show up, and the Kings are a bad basketball team. Like, there's no way around it, but they can score. And if they're kind of keeping up with you as the Pistons, you got to kind of quiet that, and Cade's the best scorer this team has, coming off an ugly showing, and he's under this in 3 of his last 5. I think Cade comes to play. I think he has a 30-plus point night, but we'll just take it to be safe. It's 26.5, minus 115.
You know who didn't have the 10.5? Jordan Love didn't have the 10.5 the other night, but
That's
that was
true.
fair play.
That is true.
Fair play.
That was fair
One
play.
of the many quarterbacks I was on last week who got hurt. Lamar, Niner, Jordan Love,
Niner.
all hurt in the first half of their games. I put the kibosh on you. I was the Grinch. I was the Grinch that stole quarterback Christmas, Beltway Ben. 4th and long. Got a little parlay here. Why is it in 4th and long? I don't know, because you got to wait a long time for it to pay off, I guess. I don't know. We're putting it in 4th and long. But wait, Ben, was there any part of you that watched Phillip Rivers play these last 2 games and thought, God damn, Phillip Rivers hasn't played football in 5 years, and Josh Johnson was in Commanders camp all year, and he looks 20 times better than Josh Johnson, who's been practicing with, who's been there all year?
Yeah.
Because I thought that.
Yeah.
And then now, is Mariota coming back for a Thursday game? I mean, Mariota's all beat up too. Is he playing in this game? Really?
Well,
I don't think he's playing in this game.
Oh, Josh Johnson. What? And you were probably around him for a bunch of years. Like, this guy's got to be the ultimate locker room guy.
He's a great dude.
Like, the guy.
He's an honorary member of the Harbaugh family. Like,
yeah, I
he's an
know.
honorary
San Diego.
If he ends up with the Chargers next year, don't be surprised.
True. That's a good point. It's a very good point.
And I know he's not with a Harbaugh now, but like, he was right down the road in Baltimore. Anywho, Dallas loves to pad their stats. Dallas loves to take advantage of opportune times in the schedule. Like, Jerry Jones wants Dak to go in the Hall of Fame one day, and Washington is rolling. Washington's cooked. Their defense sucks. They're going to have a lot of guys who don't play in this game. I think Dallas can cover 7 against Washington in a short week. And we'll get to that game more, so I'm not going to belabor the point here. Look, I think the Chargers are a better operation than Houston. I think they're a more balanced team than Houston. I think they run the ball better than Houston. I think they throw the ball better than Houston. And Houston's defense gets a lot of props, and rightfully so. Run any number you want defending the pass this year and since the start of last year when Minter and Harbaugh got to the Chargers. They do the same thing, except those guys get to face Stroud, and Houston's got to face Herbert. And I think the Chargers' defense is still peaking. And I think Houston's defense has looked a little more vulnerable to me lately. Now, will those bookends absolutely destroy the Chargers' O-line? I mean, maybe, but Herbert will run the ball down their throats, and Herbert's getting rid of it quickly. Both teams have great kickers, so that's a wash. For the way that game is priced, I like the Chargers to win that game. And then Lions, Dan Campbell, he'd never lost twice in a row. He's going to lose 3 in a row. I don't know about that. Minnesota's going to have to probably play our guy, Max, whatever the face's name is. Brusner. I think the Lions, look, that's a big game for the Lions. They win, they can go on into the weekend and root against other teams and hope to stay alive. Minnesota's got a good defense, but guess what? Not when they face Jared Goff, they don't. So, Spotifyers and apple bottoms. Lions money line, Chargers money line, Cowboys -7, plus 377 at the DraftKings.
I'm going to go to 4th and short. We're just going to go with an early scoring prop in tonight's matchup in the NBA. And we'll play Devin Booker over 6.5 first quarter points -110. If Luka was playing for the Lakers, I'd feel a lot better about this because Devin Booker and Luka have that rivalry. They always get into it. They don't like each other and all of that good stuff. But he's not playing. It's still a big-time matchup. Anytime you play against the Lakers, you want to put on a show. And his first game back from injury was against the Lakers, and he only scored 5 points in just 7 first-quarter minutes. Since coming back from the injury, he's been 7 to 8 minutes. It hasn't been that 9 to 10 or even 11 or 12 when they let him play the whole first quarter. And of course, when guys are on minutes restrictions, we see that. But Booker can get over this in just 7 minutes. He's done it multiple times. He had 11 points in the first quarter last game, and the Lakers are struggling more than almost anybody else in the NBA in first quarter defense. They're allowing 33.6 points per game in the first quarter over their last 3. If anybody's scoring for the Suns, especially if they have a strong scoring quarter, it's got to be with Devin Booker scoring, getting to the bucket, getting to the free throw line, knocking a few shots down from the outside. He's been very reliable this year. He's played a massive role in that team's success that not many people saw coming. Give me Devin Booker over 6.5 first quarter points, minus 110.
I like it, Beltway Ben. As Elvis Costello once sang, every day, every day, every day I write the book. The way you are. You never heard that one?
I don't think so. It's a really good song.
Would you mind asking your pops if he's down with Elvis Costello?
Yeah,
that's an interesting one for me. I could see that one going either way. How about ask him this? Joe Jackson, Elvis Costello. He can only pick one. Who's he picking? Would you mind asking your pops that?
I'll ask him that.
Thank you.
I would choose
every day I write the book. What's that?
I would probably choose none of the above.
Well, Joe Jackson,
he's the one the Beltway
song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know Joe Jackson.
He's the Beltway Ben song. You'd go Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
We got a great thing on the YouTube. We got a comment at Jack Chickalably at Jack Chico One Able. I don't know. What do you see what I'm saying? Did it already vanish? You said sometimes they vanish on YouTube.
No. The live comments go away.
47 minutes ago, at Jack Chicolabele, I guess, played a 3-leg parlay with some assistance from us, Beltway Ben. Jennings over 54 yards. Jennings anytime touchdown. Kittle over 70 yards. 5-unit payout. Gimme. I need some more. Thanks, guys. I'm quoting from him and the great Henry Rollins. Loose nut in my head. Thank you, Jack, for tuning in. Thank you for sharing with us. Overtime. Let's get people their Christmas bets. You didn't have another fourth down, did you? It was just every day I write the book, right?
Every day I write the book by not Joe Jackson, Elvis Costello.
I've never been prouder of you, Beltway Ben. All right, let's go to overtime. I mentioned I think the Cowboys just use this as a basically beat the snot out of their rivalry game. I checked the forecast for Thursday in D.C. It looks real nice for the pitch and catch. Give me Dak Prescott, 3 touchdowns and 270 passing yards. This will get you just under plus 250 over at the DK. I'm giving these out because, like, a lot of these are priced very differently. So where there's a big discrepancy, I'm just going to let you guys know where we got it. Look, he's thrown for 264 or more in 4 of his last 5 against Washington. He has 3+ touchdowns total in 5 of his last 12 games. He did it against Washington in Dallas. He's averaging 278 passing yards per game. Now, look, if you watch them the last 2 weeks, he's faced Minnesota. He's faced the Chargers. That's 2 elite passing defense. Whole different ball of wax with Washington. He has 3 or more passing touchdowns in 3 of his last 4 against Washington. Like, I just think he runs it up here, Beltway Ben. I mean, it's what they do. He wants to lead the league in passing touchdowns if he can. He's not going to catch Stafford, but I don't think that'll stop him from trying here. And I don't think they let off the gas on their arch rival easily. We also played Dak Prescott to have 4 or more passing touchdowns in this game. He's done it in 2 of his last 3 against Washington and 3 of his last 4. He's done it several times this year. He did it last time against Washington. This was plus 630 yesterday. The best you're going to find it right now is plus 550 at FanDuel. I think it's very much in play. Also in this game, we talked a lot about tight ends versus Cincinnati and tight ends versus Washington. Dallas has got a good tight end, and he's going up against Washington. Washington's allowed 10 passing touchdowns to tight ends. The quarterback rating of over 130 throwing to tight ends. Dallas Goedert, he got his against them on over the weekend on Saturday. We like Jake Ferguson anytime touchdown, plus 154. This is at Caesars. This thing was at plus 185 a day ago. It is what it is. Like, has he owned Washington in his career? No. But when Dak tore him up a couple weeks ago, this cat caught 7 balls for 29 yards and 2 touchdowns against Washington. Again, if you told me Dak did to Washington what Purdy did to Indianapolis last night, I know one's outdoors and one's dome, I wouldn't flinch. Could Ferguson do what Kittle did last night? I think he could. Everybody knows where to beat Dan Quinn's soft bullshit zones, his cover ones and his cover threes. And I think Shoddy certainly does, and Dak certainly does. And I think Ferguson will be the beneficiary of that. You want to parlay this with a ladder, 30-plus yards, 40-plus yards, 50-plus yards? I've done that. But let's just take for, $1.50, let's just take the Fergie anytime touchdown. Let's go to the Detroit-Minnesota game, Beltway Ben. My favorite play here is Goff, 2 or more passing touchdowns, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 or more receptions. That's plus 145. Look, we've stayed away from Minnesota's defense, or we faded quarterbacks against Minnesota's defense. But Goff's seen a lot of Flores over the years, and it ain't really made him flinch. He's thrown for 280 or more in 3 of his last 4 against Minnesota. He's got 3 passing touchdowns or more in 3 of his last 4 against Minnesota. He's got at least 250 passing yards in 6 of his last 7 against Minnesota. 2 or more passing touchdowns in 4 of his last 6 against Minnesota. This is do or die time for the Lions. It's Dan Campbell in charge of the offense. I think Jared Goff's going to have to run up the score here. I think they will not take their foot off their gas anytime soon. And they like stomping teams in their division. How about Amon-Ra St. Brown against Minnesota? His last 7 games against Minnesota, Beltway Ben, 54 catches on 70 targets, 677 yards. He has at least 6 receptions in 7 straight games against the Minnesota Vikings. They faced him in week 9. He had 9 catches for 97 yards. So he's got 70 targets in 70 games in his last 7 games against Minnesota. Nobody else on the Lions has more than 28 targets in those 7 games against Minnesota. No one else has more than 28 targets in those 7 games against Minnesota. He has 70. Okay, I'm sold. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 or more receptions. Goff, 2 or more passing touchdowns, plus 145 at Bet365. And also at Bet365, Beltway Ben, you could still get plus 100 on Bo Nix to throw 2 touchdown passes. The Chiefs are cooked. We told you that last week. We love Cam Ward to throw 2 against them last week. He did. He should have probably had 3. That was at 14-1. We had $10 on it. Didn't happen, but could have. Chiefs are playing a 3rd-string quarterback now. It's over for the Chiefs. They're leaving the damn state. Like, I don't know that Bo Nix needs to play this whole game. I don't know that they win by 14 or not, but I think he tries to throw a couple passing touchdowns here before he exits stage right. Kansas City's allowed 2 or more passing touchdowns in 3 of the last 5. I think more Kansas City Chiefs are going to be sitting games out. And so for plus money for Nix to do something that he does with a decent amount of regularity and did all the way down the stretch last year, we like it.
I got 2 plays, similar games with you, but I am going with a few rushing props here. I will start with the Lions on the money line. The Lions on the money line and Jahmyr Gibbs, 70-plus rushing yards, plus 102. We got burnt with Jahmyr Gibbs last week. I thought he'd run all over the Steelers' defense, but they took it away. Derek Harmon is that impactful guy that they say he is, and it was a game changer.
Yep.
He had more negative rushes than he did positive. I do think here, in this matchup against Minnesota, even indoors, I know I like taking passing props, and probably as we get closer to game time, I will end up taking a few. But that being said, we've seen Jahmyr Gibbs run for 100-plus yards multiple times this year, and Jared Goff still get off throwing the football. Just kind of how that offense can work, especially in a dome on a track like that. The Lions on the money line, listen, they usually don't lose 2 in a row. Last week was shocking. It hadn't happened in a while under Campbell. I don't see them losing 3 in a row. Like, that's just not something that is normal for this team, especially with where they're at and facing a Brosmer. They should have no issues winning this game. And then Jahmyr Gibbs on the ground. Minnesota has been bad against the run for a while now, and Jahmyr Gibbs has the explosive play. I know we didn't see it last week. I talked about him losing yards, and I know the offensive line's a little banged up. I think Jahmyr has at least one explosive here. I think he gets off, and he's the speed back that can beat a Minnesota defense. The other play, simple, no parlay, just a simple -110. We're giving it out now. Javonte Williams over 74.5 rushing yards at -110. Is there a little bit of concern with whatever's going on there with the neck injury? Yes, but everything I've read said it's most likely that he'll play and he will be good to go. I know he's questionable, but they're expecting him. Now, he's been over this regularly, right? 91, 67, 87, 93, 83, 116. This is a number that he's been able to get. And even in those matchups, similar to what I said about Jahmyr Gibbs, running the football, he's had success while Dak's throwing it a lot. Like, they like Javonte Williams. They like that signing. They want to make it look right. And it has, to be honest, to this point. He's looked a lot better there than he did in Denver. I think he gets off, on Christmas and has a strong day. Javonte Williams over 74.5 rushing yards, -110.
There you have it. That's our show. You guys have between yesterday's show and today's show, it's a pretty good amount of inventory for the Thursday windows. Again, up 7.08 units together combined on yesterday's Monday night plays. And again, you don't need to follow us religiously. Hopefully we open some opportunities. You dig in more. And like our guy, Jackal1, Alabal, whatever it was in the comments, you use it, put your own stuff together, and we love that. But wait, Ben, if you don't mind showing everybody, we show our work around here. Interesting week, no college hoops, a little bit of college football, NBA schedule, nothing on Christmas Eve, then back with a vengeance on Christmas Day. Obviously, we've got more NFL single game windows to get to. We love when you guys hit us up in the comments. You can also email us, wannabetwithus@gmail.com. We love interacting with you guys there. But wait, Ben, 11 again tomorrow, we're thinking?
Yep.
And then Christmas Day, I guess 11 is like what time? The game started like noon? I haven't really looked at game times.
Yeah. I will know more tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably
All
11
good.
should
I'm
work,
flexible.
but we do like early Christmas, especially now there's more kids. We do early Christmas and then come home for a little while, and then we do like Christmas dinner at my sister's.
You
But
tell
no,
me.
11
I'll
should
just
work.
be here.
We got to make
I'll
sure
be
we
here.
definitely get it before the games start.
Yeah, I think NBA might start at noon, and
think you're
NFL might start at noon. Maybe it's
I think
1,
you're right.
but I feel like it might be early on Christmas. Anyway, we
NFL
appreciate
is
you guys
1, NBA is 12. So yeah. We lose you?
Did I lose you?
Oh, there you are. We're back. I just couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh.
We got you now.
All right.
Did you hear me?
So there we go.
NFL
No.
is 1, NBA is noon.
I thought somebody was at noon. So we will be with you Christmas morning as well. TBD. And then obviously through the weekend. Hope everybody has a great holiday season. Please, like, this is discretionary. Like, Ben and I are not putting $500 on games. We're not putting $150 on a lot of games. We're not like, stick to your unit size. $10, $25. Try to be smart with your bankroll. Whatever fits your budget. But this is not the time to get rich quick. There really isn't much of a time in that. But yeah, hope everybody has a great holiday season. We hope you enjoy our content. And again, sometimes we're putting bets up on Twitter as lines move and whatever. So you can check our personal Twitters, check the Wanna Bet Twitter. And we look forward to doing this again with you guys tomorrow. You want to bet? We want to bet. Thank you for betting with us.